right, then the net fixed assets, that equals to the plant equipment minus the accumulated depreciation. Okay, and sometimes the accumulated depreciation is recorded as a negative number, like negative 190 here and a negative 90 here. So instead of using the minus sign, you just use the addition sign. So this is pretty simple. And then we drag it to the right. Okay, so now we have two major categories being calculated. We have total current assets, we got a fixed assets. So what we do is to solve for total assets. So the total assets equals to total current assets plus net fixed asset. Okay, and then we drag it. So we just finished all the formulas for the assets part. So now let's work on the liability and equity parts. So for account payable, nothing we could do about it. Accruals, no formulas. Notes payable, no formulas. But for total current liabilities, we could sum them all. Okay, sum them all. And then drag it for the other year. Long-term bonds, we don't know where the long-term bond come from, so just leave the number there. The total debt, so for the total debt, we add the short-term debt, which is our total current liabilities, to long-term debt. Okay, and then we drag it. Okay, now for common stock. The common stock consists of 50 million shares, but we don't know the par value of each share. So once it's given to you as 130, we just leave 130 there. And return earnings. Well, it's fairly important to know the definition of return earnings. So our return earnings equals to the return earnings of last year plus net income minus dividend. Okay? By definition, return earnings are accumulated by the return of cashes from each year's net income. So basically, each year when we have net income, we pay part of it as dividend, and the rest will be retained to return earnings. Okay? In order to apply the formula here, we have to visit back the income statement, all right, get net income, and also don't forget to subtract away total dividends. All right, so that is our return earnings in the new year. For the old year, we don't have the net income. Well, we do have net income and a dividend for the old year, but we don't have the return earnings of a year before. So there's no way we could apply a formula here because we don't have the return earnings in 2010. And the total equity is the sum of common stock and return earnings, and these both belong to the shareholders. Okay, now it's time for us to add the total debt and the total equity all together. Okay, as you could see, the number here and the number here are the same. Okay, therefore you have a good balance sheet.